Could you believe it? Lexus reliability is finally gone? Why? Because of vehicles like this, and this, as well as many other models upcoming in 23, 24, and 25. There's slated to be at least 20 new models coming out within the next couple of years. Now, while Toyota and Lexus have always enjoyed top slots, punching for the top for reliability on lists like Consumers Reports, JD Powers, and Repair Pal, all ensured that Toyota Lexus always had the top spot. But things have changed on the reliability front potentially with these big new updates in the Lexus field. Let's get into it now. Life's too short to drive boring cars. Before we get to the reason why, in fact, this big change is going to impact Lexus in a potentially negative way, as well as Toyota, because a lot of the same commonalities exist, let's just discuss why and how Lexus has managed to keep things so good for so long. Number one, we all know that Lexus, Toyota, they come from a culture where quality control is top shelf. Every car gets built to a certain degree. Not every car has perfection dialed in. There are anomalies, and sometimes what Lexus and Toyota have recognized that if a car comes off the assembly line, hits the streets over there, and people start driving these cars, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, there's a problem. Maybe a seatbelt anchor issue, maybe an engine mount, maybe something, whatever that is, Lexus and Toyota quickly quash that issue, and they quickly send that messaging back from the dealer network up to the manufacturing assembly plants, make that change in real time and cut it off at serial number X, Y, and Z. And that way, that problem doesn't go through 50,000 or 2 million new vehicles. When they do have a problem, it's usually short run and they nip it in the bud. So they definitely take care of their problems and they hit it hard. That's a big reason why they're able to keep some of the problem areas down, as well as quality up. So besides that pride of construction and quality that they take and that personal pride in the way they build their cars, another huge reason, in fact, why Lexus has been able to keep high levels of reliability for so long is because they don't make drastic changes. And when they have a winning combination like they do in this vehicle, they just leave it well enough. For example, here we have a beautiful GX SUV. It has all the great luxury touches that you can possibly imagine. This essentially is a Land Cruiser Prado by Underskin, so it's essentially built for off-roading. So all of the underside and undercarriage is built for rugged use. It's on a channel frame, so it's definitely tough and robust, has the technology for off-roading. And the one key thing here to note is it's a GX 460, which it's naturally aspirated V8 engine, right? Right here we have another vehicle. This one here clearly is the ES, so that's sort of their mid to upper size in terms of the platform lineup. And this also has something consistent that means it's held its reliability for many, many years, rating the ES 350, this model, one of the most reliable vehicles on the planet, never mind just Lexus. They do have some great headlights and some very interesting grille designs. And as you circle around, yeah, they put the fancy flashy wheels and the great technology, as well as sunroofs and easy access in. But if you circle around right here, ES 350 means that they're packing one of the most solid engines that Lexus and Toyota have been using in years, which is their naturally aspirated 3.5 liter V6 engine that smacks down anywhere from about 280 horse up to about 311, depending on the car you'll find it in. How about another one? How about this beauty right here? We have a gorgeous another Lexus with a big grille that you just can't forget about. This car is absolutely stunning with vents and beautiful low profile headlights, big wheels that just grab your eyes. Of course, there's your LC500 mirrors, and look, carbon fiber roof on this unit as well. Look at the flares you get on this beast. Yes, gorgeous. And of course, a couple of set of dual tailpipes and piano gloss finishing throughout. These taillights are definitely a thing to behold as well. Get your merch at Exotic Car Play Place under Get Our Gear. You're gonna love it. Join the ECPP community. And the engine in this LC500 as well as the IS500F, which is their hot version in the IS platform, is a naturally aspirated 5 liter V8 engine, high strung but well made and bulletproof. Naturally aspirated, key element. So you're starting to see the theme here. And they stuck with all these engines for many years, these naturally aspirated V6s, naturally aspirated V8 engines. And all these have been in many multiple different Toyota and Lexus products, and they've been doing them well. Well for reliability, well for performance and economy. However, things are changing. Now, a lot of manufacturers are getting far more innovative, better performance, better technology, even better efficiency. Maybe with a slight trade-off in reliability, Lexus is now feeling compelled to potentially keep up with these other brands like BMW, Audi, Mercedes. And yes, another reason why Lexus has managed to keep things together for so long is the simple fact that they're not getting on all that innovation wagon. They're not quick to get on the latest technology. As a matter of fact, the CEO of Toyota has literally eliminated the idea of going pure EV, and they said not a chance. They're not going with electric vehicles like Tesla and every other manufacturer. Instead, they're playing around with the idea of hydrogen cells, and they've even got models with that particular technology buried in. And as well, they've been really going all in with a lot of the hybrid type technology, like some of the other manufacturers. A lot simpler, less batteries, less of that charging, less of the issues that you would deal with pure EV. You can still drive. You don't have to sit and wait for 8 hours to charge your car. You can just set off. You gain the efficiency in the city, but you don't lose much of the practicality and versatility that you might get from an internal combustion engine. And brother companies like Toyota, you can tell with the little blue logo right there, you have the Highlander, this is a Platinum, and it's a hybrid. So Toyota and Lexus, being brother and sister companies, are both sharing that technology. Again, you'll see it in this Toyota. This is a RAV4 and it's a limited with a hybrid. So that technology is well sorted and well utilized by Lexus as well as Toyota. Clearly that's not going to challenge their reliability, but there's another feature. For the sake of trying to step up the performance numbers, staying in the game, many reviewers have commented how great that IS350 is from an overall linearity perspective, in the drivetrain, reliability, the quality interior, but no one ever says it competes with the likes of BMW 3 Series when it comes time to put down the numbers on paper. 0 to 60 quarter mile, the IS350 just can't cut the mustard, and neither can very few other Lexus vehicles in terms of performance. And that's always where the caveat sits. The but. But we have reliability. Okay, but now sadly, when I look at this beautiful new Lexus LX 600, I have to comment that Lexus has definitely stepped up their game. Look at the technology buried in this, the style, the quality, the fit and finish. I mean, just look at the finishing on the front grille here. It's gorgeous. The headlights look like a Range Rover. Of course, you have these nice flares and these gorgeous looking mirrors. Look at this chrome touch on there, and you've got the roof rack, the running gear right there to help the little people in as well. Lots of great detail on top. Circle around, look at these LED strips at the back. Absolutely a gorgeous looking vehicle in this LX 600. You even have these fake exhaust tips, but none of that matters because it's a good looking vehicle and it's highly technical, and quality is its middle name. Now herein lies the problem. I know numerous people, and it's been on the internet all over the place, the new Toyota Tundra that uses that new twin turbo V6 3.4 liter engine has had wastegate issues and a few other nickel and dime troubles so far. And it's early in its infancy rate. Of course, we don't know where the long-term lifespan actually exists in this new twin turbo engine configuration. Here, instead of being the old 5.7 workhorse generic naturally aspirated V8 engine that you used to have in here in the LX 570, they've stepped it up the LX 600. Now you get 409 horsepower and a great level of torque, performance, towing capability. But now you're doing it with 3.5 liter twin turbo V6. So where's the reliability going to head on that one? And here's the next example of a vehicle that might also suffer some reliability concerns versus the old outgoing units. Now what we have here is clearly an RX model. Let's take a quick look and understand how nice these new models look, but I'll give you the goods. Of course, you have the beautiful headlights on there, and naturally the big grille. They would never forego that grille. In recent years, that seems to be the flavor. Of course, we got wraps. This is a brand new vehicle off the truck. This one's F-Sport. It has this beautiful pearlescent paint here. I love this two-tone handles. And of course, look at the flaring on the door panels. Gorgeous. We have extra color keyed accents around here and this nice little panel here that makes it look like a bit of a flare and a vent. Of course, you do have these single little wannabe exhaust tips, but that's okay. It looks great. And I love this new light bar here and that new script by Lexus. Looks wonderful on this RX 350 all-wheel drive. You see, that's the problem. The RX 350 used to be that 3.5 liter V6. It's not anymore. Toyota and Lexus have now denoted the 350 utilizing that terminology, but actually using a 2.4 liter turbo 4-cylinder engine, which clearly it's going to work harder, making good power, but definitely the challenges of extra heat, reliability, durability, longevity. Is that necessarily in the same place that the outgoing, long-living 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6 once was? And it doesn't end there. Actually, the GX model right here, as you can see, this is the outgoing GX 460. This is going to be replaced. You're going to have a GX 550, which is going to get another twin turbo 3.4 liter V6. And it's going to make about 340, 350 horsepower. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And we have to embrace change because that definitely will bring better performance, which everybody I've spoken to said that twin turbo V6 is nights and day in terms of fuel economy, especially when you're not towing, as well as that punch and that seat of the pants kind of feel. So you're gonna get a lot better driving experience from that twin turbo V6. So again, I always believe, let's embrace it. And Lexus, if they know how to build reliability, I have to believe that they're going to get their act together and they're going to build a car that is ultra reliable for a lot of miles. But it does bring the question, whenever a manufacturer started throwing turbos on engines, they usually started to stumble with reliability challenges. Look at BMW and their 335i with the N54. That was one of the best examples of a colossal failure and a flop when they introduced turbocharging to what was otherwise a relatively sturdy platform, which is their naturally aspirated straight six lineup. Was great in the E90 and E92 generation, but Lexus is moving into the same direction. They've been turbocharging a few of their four-cylinder engines for a few years now, but now they're moving the whole slot to the same space, and time will tell how good and how reliable these vehicles actually are. And you want to learn a little bit more about Lexus reliability as a whole and why in fact they have been managing to keep their reliability record so high for so long, definitely want to check that video out. That's going to tell you the whole storyline. Hope to see each and every one of you fine folks and viewers. We'll talk to you all real soon. Bye-bye.